Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Monday Night Live Zoom call. My name is Michael Swilling. I am a 500K associate with XosialX, and I'm also a frontline to corporate. So it is with my honor tonight to kind of share what makes XosialX so unique, so different, and what sets us apart from all the other direct sales and network marketing companies. Now, first and foremost, what we will never do is we never need to tear down another company to make ours look better. That would only be silly. Okay. All I'm here to do is explain the differences between what XosialX offers, at the same time educating those in terms of what's out there, right? And why we have something so special. I want to say that I've been in the industry now 35 years full time. I spend a tremendous amount of time always researching and learning and educating myself about different products and different compensations and different philosophies. So while I might not be an expert, I've also spent 35 years doing this full time. So I believe that I at least have somewhat of an edge understanding what's out there today, what's been in the past, and what's going on really currently. So let's talk about what makes XosialX unique. And really, the title of tonight is Sets Us Apart from Different Companies. First and foremost, which I think is amazing, it's absolutely free to get involved. There is no cost for someone to become an associate, and everything they get for free. Access to a back office, reporting. The company does all, a live customer service line. We even have AI on our support team. You get everything a business in a box completely for free. Now, let's compare it to some other companies. Now, traditionally, most companies have I would say probably over half companies have some form of a sign up fee. It could be $49, it could be $99, it could be $129, but it's not unusual for a company to charge money. Now, what they do is they hide it. They hide that fee saying, well, it's a fee for your back office, or it's a fee for running your commissions, whatever. It's completely free to join our company. And what I mean by that is you come in as a customer. Everyone comes in as a customer first. They try a product, okay? After they do that, they're going to get an email, right, and a notification saying, hey, or when they log in their back office, is if you want to become an associate, right? No gimmicks, no gotchas. You can become an associate absolutely for free, and they press a button. Now, this is important. Not everyone wants to become an affiliate. Not everyone wants to get involved in direct sales network marketing. We love our customers, right? And many people just come in and just become a customer, and they choose not to upgrade for free. So I love the concept that coming in through the front door as a customer, immediately after a customer, they have the option, right, to do that for free. Second thing is our monthly qualifier. You know, it's incredible. I can only speak from a personal experience and also what I've seen. A previous company I was in, that I was in for over a decade, their monthly qualifier, even though it was like 100 points, it was close to $200. When you added in the cost for the shipping, the cost of the product, the cost of the taxes, just to qualify for a check, it was $200. With XosialX, our qualifier is $42. Now, there might be a few companies out there. I'm not going to say we're the lowest qualifier, but I think when you add in shipping and taxes and you take into consideration that NuCalm does not have a shipping cost, right? I do believe we're probably less than the top 1% in terms of the most affordable company out there. But it's more than just a $42 qualifier. And that qualifies you for whether you're a 500K or whether you're just getting started. And that could be for personal use or retailing, right? Or giving as a sample. And if you don't even want to do the $42, if you have 10 customers, you don't have to make a purchase. The reason that there's a purchase or anything for you to qualify is it what keeps this company in this industry legal. Because if it wasn't, right, it wouldn't be completely legal if everyone was just out there signing up people and not producing or doing something, right? Now, let's talk about having a flagship product and what makes it so different. Oh, I wanted to talk again about qualifications because in addition to that, we have the strongest money back guarantee that I personally have ever seen. No gimmicks, no gotchas. I've been talking to some people who've been trying some weight loss products from some other companies, or they've been trying to return some things that they tried. And there's all kinds of things written down below, like you're not aware of, right? Things like, oh, geez, if you opened it, right? If you just open the label, no refund. Can't even refund it, right? Or if you send it back, you have to pay for the shipping, right? Or you only have 30 days. Well, first of all, if you order it today and it arrives next week, how can you even use it for a full month, right? XosialX is really simple. We give you 60 days money back guarantee, as much product as you want, use as much as you want, empty bottle, empty mister, empty protein, empty energy, whatever you're taking, our shape and burn, whatever, we give you 60 days to try it. And for whatever reason you're not happy, we're going to refund your money, including shipping and taxes. Unheard of that I'm aware of. I've actually saw a company recently, their return policy was there is no return policy. And their product was over $1,000, right? So just an incredible return policy. Now, let me also explain. NuCalm is a digital product, so we don't have to worry about shipping. You can get it within minutes, right? You just basically download it on your mobile phone, right? That guarantee is only 30 days, right? If someone goes to NuCalm directly, they're going to pay more money for NuCalm, 15% more, and 23 on a monthly, and 23% more if they go directly through NuCalm. If you get NuCalm, the exact same product, right? Powered by XosialX, right? You're going to be able to get a 30-day, you can call it a trial, whatever you want to call it. But if for any reason a person's not happy with it within 30 days, they get a full refund. There's no worrying about shipping, no worry about mailing something back, so on and so forth. So that one is a 30-day money back guarantee. There is no money back guarantee with NuCalm. They let you try it for 7 days, but there is no money back guarantee. We give you not only lower price, but we also give you 30 days to try it with a money back guarantee, which is great. Since we're talking about products, why I believe we're so unique and so different. So we've got the best of both worlds. Some companies just have one product, and we've seen companies that have reached $1 billion with one product, but it's very hard to focus on one product because it doesn't affect the masses, right? It's hard to cater to every age, whether you're athletic, not athletic, whatever it is, it's hard to cater whatever someone has. At the same token, I've seen companies that have a lot of variety, almost too much variety. I think we have the perfect sweet spot. Our flagship, if you ask me today, now your flagship can be something different. We've got people leading with our Exhilarate because they just love the energy drink. They love sampling it out. They think it's great. I've got people actually in Spain who just love our shape and burn and our delicious collagen, protein shakes, right? Love leading with that. Or our mists, whether it's the glutathione, the mangosteen, the moringa. You got 3 products, right? If you look at each of those products, right? Do you know that moringa, right, was a company called Zija. Their top leaders are over here, right? That product became $1 billion product. And what do? Is we took the price dramatically down, and we were able to take moringa and get it into your bloodstream within 4 seconds with up to 99% absorption at a fraction of the cost and much more effective. The same thing with Zango. Have you heard of Mangosteen, the company Zango? That company, another $1 billion company, right? What do? We take Dr. Templeman, right, who was really the person who created the Zango juice, which sold for $150, right? Got it down to literally pennies on the dollar, put it into this delicious mister where you mist it into your mouth, right? Within a matter of seconds, 4 seconds, it gets into your bloodstream with up to 99% absorption. And Dr. Templeman himself says it's 500 times more potent than the juice itself, right? Can start $1 billion company just with our xantho mist. And finally, our glutathione. We take 100% pure medical grade glutathione, where you have to go to a doctor's office to get it inject, right? For maybe hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, and you can take our glutathione or medical grade glutathione and get into your system. And you get all three of them combined if you want, or individually at affordable prices. See, we've done something that I don't believe any direct sales or network marketing company's ever done is we provide unique, no one can mimic or copy our missed products, right? No one can do that. We take products that are unique, are effective, are guaranteed to work, and we give a 60-day money back guarantee. Now you can go out there and see Me Too products, right? There are all kinds of products out there, but I can say, yep, that's a Me Too. Is it nanotechnology, right? Where's the science? Is there a book on it? Can you go to Amazon and buy a book on the DPP system, right? Which is our three missed products, to be able to do that. But I want to get back to what I said in terms of the flagship. I think NuCalm is the easiest thing to lead with because everything from sleep to energy to focus to being calm, right? To energy, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, right? It is young, middle-aged, elderly. The product is spectacular, right? Someone, especially, and I don't want to get into any negativity, but in the world we're living in today, there is just so much chaos and so much drama and so much negativity. Just turn on your news, right? Whether it's politics, right? To the world is so divided, right? Every time you turn on the news, or there's a new virus starting, or there's a war over here, there's gas over here, gas price or whatever it is, right? We're living in my personal opinion, unless this has been around for ages, it's crazier than ever. And we've got a product that is clinically proven, a neuroscience product, right? With all kinds of backings, right? That can bring a person's state of calmness coming down, their stress coming down. And if you look at all the things that are out there, what happens to people when they're in a state of stress, right? Just go to, everyone's got AI right now, right? Does everyone have AI or Google? Just type in what happens when your body's in a state, what are the health concerns when your body's in a state of stress? So rather than taking a prescription drug, right, or a supplement, or whatever out there, I think I said prescription drug, right? We've got a product, right, that's proven to work, right? That the FBI uses, that the Secret Service uses, that 79 sports team use, that Tony Robbins uses, that, the list goes on and on and on of people that have effectively used this product. And we, XosialX, is the only direct sales network marketing company in the world that has the rights to sell a product that used to be for sale for $6,000 that you can now get for $42. Think about that. This was a $6,000 class 3 medical grade FDA product with 2 different patents. And we are the only ones that can do it through direct sales and network marketing. Below the price of the company with a 30-day money back guarantee. This thing is gonna go wild. And I'm not going to give it away, but Saturday, you haven't seen anything yet. We are the announcements are coming on Saturday, in my humble opinion, have taken where we are and will continue to thrive. When you just thought it couldn't get any better, it becomes so much better. How about this? A lot of companies are only in a few countries, right? Because we're comparing other companies, right? And that's fine. Some companies just are in America, and that's awesome. Some companies are in, Canada, America, and Mexico. Some companies might add a few other things out there. Do you know that we're in over 100 countries? 100 countries we can bring NuCalm to. When I go on to my genealogy every few days, it's incredible, whether it's Ghana or France or Nigeria or Ecuador. It is incredible seeing people. We have a great leader in Russia. I mean, we are all, whether it's Italy, Philippines, it is growing like crazy. You take a digital product and you can bring it to the world without shipping, unheard of with the money back guarantee. So what again, it makes XosialX so unique is we're in over 100 countries. Now, if you're sitting here today and you're just getting started or don't have a big group yet, I want to share with you a personal story. When I got involved with direct sales 35 years ago, and someone was saying, well, hey, you're going to have this big group all over the world. And I was like, I don't know many people outside my town, God forbid my state, maybe a few in New England, a few relatives, right? I didn't travel much, you know what I mean? And the person explained to me, it's not who you know, it's who you know, who they know, who they know, who they know. And a few years in, not right away, not 3 days later or 3 weeks later or 3 months later, but 3 years later. And this is when you used to get a genealogy in the mail. So there was no computers. You'd actually get a genealogy in the mail. And I'm sitting through there and I'm like, oh my God, there's a person in Germany, right? I didn't know this person. And the truth of the matter is, in direct sales network marketing, most of the people that end up on your team, not right away, were people you don't even know. If I was to go through my genealogy today, I would say 99.9% of the people were people I did not know or did I end up prospecting. But what happens is when you've got something viral like we have, and trust me, you have not seen, they've already said some things. They used the word tools. They used some other great words. They did say huge announcements. I cannot give it away, but I can tell you, you want to be on the call on Saturday because the best is yet to come that's out there. You also want timing of a company, and that's kind of tough because I could sit there and argue, again, comparing to the companies. Is a startup the best time to join? Yeah, it could be, right? Very risky. Most startups don't make it. 99% of companies don't make it, right? Is it good to get in a company that has been around for over a decade? Well, yes and no. I mean, there's stability with a company over a decade, right? However, the timing, right? Did you miss the rise? What makes XosialX so unique? In my opinion, we have both. We are a stable 10-year-old plus company that's at a startup phase. Not only have we done that, we've changed our name, we've rebranded. Most people have never heard of XosialX, don't know who XosialX is, right? We just added NuCalm, we just added our 3 mists, and we are going to have a huge announcement. I keep on saying huge announcement. We've got a huge announcement coming on Saturday, so I have to stop saying that, right? We have a very easy, duplicatable compensation plan. And this one I'm a little bit passionate about because, you know, let's be honest, everyone says they have the best comp plan, right? Everyone says my comp plan is better than your comp plan. And the truth of the matter is, money goes in and money goes out. Where the variables are is how much does the money keep and what are the percentage of people who earn the money, right? That's it. Whether it's a binary, whether it's a unilevel, whether it's a two-step, an Australian 2-up, whether it's a matrix, whatever it is, every compensation plan can work. We've seen it. We've seen it work with Amway. We've seen it work with breakaways. We've seen it work with a lot of different things. The challenge is the amount of money that the company usually takes in is extremely high. So the truth of the matter is the field is getting a smaller portion. Our amazing CEO and founder, Stu Finger, is not like that. For those who know Stu, he's a very abundant. He doesn't take a salary. He doesn't take pay. He's a rep just like us. So when the compensation plan is, he gets paid the same way we do. So we check the box in terms of, do we pay out? In my opinion, from what I've seen, we pay out more. We dynamically compress. Stuart doesn't terminate people. He's allowed to go out and do other things that are out there. He wants to pay the field. He also takes 10% of the. Let me go back. You bring in 3 people at $42, you make a $50 bonus. Plus the matrix, plus anything else that's out there, plus profit sharing points. You get to 7 people, you make $200. I mean, that's just unheard of, right? Then you start hitting, there's over $272,000 in our advancement bonuses. Wait till you see the advancements that are going to start happening very, very shortly. It's insane, okay? So you've got a compensation plan that the money is going out to the field, right? Second thing is, what's the problem? Not the problem. I said I wasn't going to downgrade other companies. But the truth of the matter is, in direct sales and network marketing, one of the reasons why I eventually came to this company, I came to this company really for three reasons over 10 years ago. Is the reality is most people don't make money in network marketing. They don't. And it's just a part of life. But the truth is when you start a business, whatever kind of business it is, I don't care if you start a lemonade stand or you start your own small little business, you know what I mean, mowing lawns, or you start a big franchise. The truth of the matter is businesses, there's always a failure rate and a success rate, right? It bothered me personally when I saw people spending hundreds of dollars a month to qualify, and they were in a no-win situation, because only a handful of people made all the money. And that's the reality. You can show me any company, call me tomorrow, we'll look at it, and I'll show you the truth is only a handful of people. Now, I don't believe that you just take all the money and divide it between everybody. I do think you need to reward the workers, right? You need to, I mean, you just can't, have this whole socialism, and I'm not being political, but I'm saying you can't have a compensation plan where, hey, someone just signs up, we're going to take all the money and just divide it between everyone, right? It is the fairest, most lucrative plan that I've ever seen in this industry. You can make 50% of the CV volume every time you enroll someone. That's 50. It's not going to one leader, it's going to you. You can make a residual of up to 50% if you go out and bring in customers and distributors. Where does it go? To you? Not to the one or two top leaders making all the money. It goes to you to do that. The more people you enroll, the more of that customer acquisition bonus you make. You add on to that, right? Profit sharing points. The most brilliant thing I've ever seen. If you said, hey, what do you think about matrices? I say matrices are pretty good. Problem with the matrix is it creates laziness. People just sit there and do nothing because let the workers work and put everyone below you because it's a matrix. You can only go 3 wide, right? So how did Stu solve that? He solved it with a copyrighted compensation plan, something called profit sharing points. You can call them clones. I like calling them multipliers, whatever it is. But starting with your fourth person, you start a brand new 3x20 matrix every time you enroll a new person. So this time when people are ordering your organization, you can be getting paid 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times over, 6 times over, 7 times over on the same order for you being the one who's creating this. Everyone wants spillover, right? Great. You make a little bit of money on spillover, right? You make a ton of money when you create spillover. Why is that? You create a ton of money when you create spillover because you're getting all the profit sharing points. It's the most, as I said, the fairest and most lucrative. If someone wants to be here and make, 5, 10, 20 bucks a week, sharing with a few people, we've got that plan. We've got a great community. And trust me, most people they're not here for the money, they're here for the products in the community. And we love that because that's the most important thing. If you're here just to make a few hundred or a few $1,000s a month and you put in some effort, I'm talking about treating it like a business, not as a hobby, but you treat it like a business, the sky's the limit of what you can make because we've got great products that work in terms of original business. So we've got a plan that pays everyone, not just people who have been proven in the industry, or a person who takes a big group and brings them over, or a person who moves a downline. I can tell you, there are no contracts or back-end deals in this company. There's never been anyone who's been paid to come into this company. Unlike other companies, they get paid and then they leave, and they get paid and go to the next one, and then they leave, right? That would be unfair and unethical and wrong. This company is all about integrity and honesty and building something that will last, a legacy. Why I call this a legacy team. Another really cool thing is you're sitting there saying, well, wait a minute. We talk about, I said, well, hey, a startup, but also a long-term company. Do you know that Stuart takes 10% of the company volume And soon, I believe our weekly volume in a very short period of time is going to be well over a few million a month. He takes 10% of that company volume, the CV of that volume, and he puts it into a pool. Okay? And he shares that pool money with our 10Ks. A person doing 10K is only doing $10,000 a month in sales between them and their entire organization, right? In a 30-day period of time. Not hard to do 10K if you're working this thing. I'm not saying if you're part-time or if you're not talking to people or you're just here because you want to be part of a community. Not hard to get to 10K. There's no rush to get there. But you can be part of that worldwide bonus pool that I believe will be worth numbers, our telephone numbers of what it can be worth or will be worth, right? But it's split up. That means all the work that I've done for the last decade, if you join today, all the sales that happen today in all those countries I mentioned, you get a piece of that for just being a 10K. You get a piece of all that money, all that volume on a weekly basis for just being 10K. Now, obviously, if you want to become 10K and 25K and 50K and 100K and 200K, you get more shares and you make more money, right? But I'm not aware of a company that has such a lucrative plan that's out there that rewards the masses. It's not hard to do $10,000 a month, especially now. I will say this, it does take some time. There's the good and the bad of having a $42 qualifier. The good is it's for the masses, right? Our average order is about $119 because we got such great products. But the difference is people order because they want the products or need the products or love the products, not because they've got to fill up their garage or fill up their basement or closet with a bunch of water filters or whatever company's making those qualifications that are just crazy out there. This is a very simple way to do it. So I wanted just to jump on tonight and let me stop the recording here if I can.